Mark got maced by a rider. Let's talk about it. Welcome everyone, Mark here from UberHints. Before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, click my face in the corner to subscribe, and just to make sure you know when I post new videos, click that bell icon up above. A driver in, let's make sure I get this right, North Carolina. Where in North Carolina? This comes from Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay, I was teasing you a little bit there. The driver's name was Mark, but it wasn't this guy. Said he got attacked over the weekend. Now, there are a lot of things to take away from this story, so stick with me. It's a short story, but I think it has a powerful message. So he said that a guy got in his car. The guy's name was only Michael, of course, because all we get is their first name. And he proceeded to do the terrible transgression of eating a candy bar in his car. Now, I'm being a little facetious here, but just to make sure I get everything right, I am going to read the quotes verbatim. He proceeded to open up a candy bar in the car. The chocolate was overwhelming because the windows were closed and the air conditioner was on. I'm not going to pass judgment, I'll tell you. I've had a lot more than a candy bar in my car with the windows closed and the air conditioning on, and I don't think it overwhelmed me. Anyway, he did have a sign, in all fairness to Mark, that said no eating in the car. So he asked the guy, could you please put the candy bar away? Well, at this point, you know, so to speak, the cat is out of the bag. In this case, the chocolate's out of the wrapper. I don't know what putting it away is going to help. I suppose, you know, if you don't want to get a chocolate gooey mess all over your car, sure. Is this where you want to take your stand? Well, let's go on. So the guy apparently put his candy bar away. So as he's leaving, he looked and he found trash in his back seat. He didn't say what the trash was. Was it the candy bar wrapper? Was it maybe just a little piece of the plastic, you know, from the wrapper? I don't know. But he said, Michael, could you please get the trash out of my vehicle? And at that point he said, okay, like that. Real hateful. Again, I'm thinking, you know, where do you want to make your fight, right? If it's me, I'll get the guy out of my car, collect my $10, rate him low, and take the little piece of trash and throw it away. I don't know. But, so he told him, get your trash out of my car. So Michael reaches back in, and this is exactly what it says. Brown, which is the name of the driver, Mark Brown, said his eyes began burning. He said he called 911 and was treated for pepper spray. They flushed my eyes, my face, my nose, and my mouth. Now, the important thing is that it does say later in the story that police did not file a report because he never really said he was sprayed in the face with mace. It never really said that. What it says is, Brown says his eyes began burning. He called 911 and was treated for pepper spray. I don't know. Now, there is a news story on this, and it says he has a camera, but nowhere in the news story does it show the footage. If he had a camera, why is he not showing that footage of him getting pepper sprayed? If someone sprayed pepper spray or mace in my car, and I had a camera, man, that footage would be on the news and on the internet in a heartbeat. So anyway, police arrived, take the report. Brown said he called Lyft support to get Michael's full name and address and date of birth. Okay, here's the thing. And I want to know what you think about this dilemma. This is really important because it says here, Lyft gave us the runaround, Brown said. We went through the third supervisor. The third supervisor finally said he was going to send me, not the officer, an email telling me how law enforcement has to get information. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense at all. Unless you take into consideration that Uber and Lyft, in this case Lyft, has an obligation to maintain confidentiality. If they didn't, we've been talking about safety. If they didn't, I could, be driving and think, hey, that's a pretty good-looking woman I have in the back seat. I want to track down her personal information, and I could lift up the phone and call Lyft and see what I did there. And I could, fabricate a story and get someone's personal information. So, to a certain degree, I think that it is responsible of Uber and or Lyft to not be so cavalier with passing out personal information. Now, I'm kind of wondering why he contacted Uber and Lyft instead of the police contacting Uber and Lyft. If this is a police investigation and you are making an accusation of an attack, and this is an attack, if you're assaulted, shouldn't it be up to the police to launch that investigation? And, maybe that's another thing. Why he says here, they're going to send me, not the officer, an email. Okay, forward it to the officer. There's so much missing in a story like this. Mark says days went by with no response. That is inexcusable. That is absolutely inexcusable for days to go by. That email should be in your hands within minutes. As soon as you get off the phone, maybe when you're on the phone. I think I would have told the person, send that email. I want to stay on the phone with you and make sure I get it. I do that a lot. When I have to get information, I have to get follow-ups, I'm talking to airlines. Oftentimes I say, would you mind staying on the phone with me until this verification confirmation comes through? I have never heard a customer service agent yet say, no, I won't do that for you. So to a degree, I think this falls on the shoulders of Mark. Did he, I don't know. I don't know what Uber did, because we're only taking this news story and the information it gives us. So after WWAY, which is a news story, reached out to Lyft, they did get a response, and here is a response. Safety is fundamental to Lyft. Our thoughts are with the driver, and we have reached out to extend our full support. We have also permanently banned the rider from Lyft and stand ready to work with law enforcement. Sounds canned to me. Why did they permanently ban the rider? We don't even know if they really did anything wrong. We don't even know if he was truly maced or pepper sprayed. We don't even know. What did the dash cam footage show? Is Lyft jumping the gun to ban somebody? Did they actually ban them? Or is this a canned response? Did Mark actually get maced? There are so many open questions here. Brown says he has one major tip for other rideshare drivers. If you don't have a camera that records the inside, get one. What good did it do you, Mark? What good did it do you? From what I'm hearing here, the investigation fell flat. I hope there is a follow-up to this, because I really want to see that footage. I really want to see what this guy did. I really want to see how Lyft followed through. All right. I always ask you to like and share the videos and leave comments down below, but we have to be a little more directive than that today. I want to know a bunch of things. First thing I want to know, how many of you have had to contact, in this case, Lyft support, and were they that lackadaisical? Did it take that long, days, without a response? Do you feel that WWAY dropped the ball on this one by just accepting this response from Lyft without following up with Mark Brown and saying, hey, Lyft said they reached out to you. Did they do that? Is there a follow-up? Why did they not follow up with the police department? Do you see all these open questions? I can't be the only one that reads these stories and sees that there are just a whole lot of gaps here. In your mind, and this is the big question, what should Lyft or Uber do in a situation like this? There was a supposed assault. What is their responsibility in getting personal information of that rider to law enforcement? What is their responsibility, or what should it be, in getting that personal information to us? Knowing that they do have an expectation of confidentiality. Now, what if the tables were turned? What if someone was making an accusation against you and that accusation was false? Would you want them to dispense your personal information too casually, too cavalierly. I think to a certain degree we have to expect a modicum of resistance on the part of Uber and Lyft to maintain our private personal information. You know, when we turn the tables and we say now it's someone doing this to a driver, things look a little different, right? Someone, you know, if someone says to me, hey, my driver, Mark, pepper sprayed me, and I'd say, what are you talking about? I did not. Would I want them having my information? Well, I'm going to leave it up to you. Again, like and share the videos, but please tell me what you think about this story. Does it pass the stink test with you? And what do you think should have been done? Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Mark with UberHints.